Hello, Divine Feminines. Is this going? Yes, it is. How are you? I am doing well. Bee and wasp. Interesting. That wasp has been coming up for sometimes. So let's see. Something is bothering my foot. All right. Sandpiper spirit, be playful. Skunk spirit, know your worth. Dolphin spirit, this and that are true. Cow spirit, miracles are endless. That's beautiful. So I do feel a bit quiet this morning. I do feel that the divine masculine is a bit introspective at the moment. My feeling is he's wondering why something didn't exactly work the way he wanted it to. So I see him going back to the drawing board. Growth. So an inner child card. Delight. New card. Polarity. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then we have magic, which is also a new card. Make a wish. Believe in miracles. Magic surrounds you. Honestly, I don't know. Sometimes I forget. So I think we could have had it before. But action. Now is the perfect time to act, take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. So, you have seek out a mentor or guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Your willingness to learn, be willing to learn from others. He has count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. Always expect the best. And then integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. Beautiful energies. I feel like the masculine did not appreciate a lot of things and is now somehow being forced to appreciate some things. When I say forced, I just mean like sometimes you just can't ignore the signs in your face, you know, like you're gonna see the signs. So we have 3-3, increase your frequency, higher conscious awareness. 9-9, open your heart, set loving boundaries. 6-6, karmic purge, mirror reflections. And then 5-5, reprogram your soul, release, raise, reclaim. So a new card here. I do feel that number 5-5 has some significance. So let's see what we get here. I do feel like May is going to be a very prosperous month for many. Fool and High Priestess. So Pisces, Aries energy. I do know there's a couple of planets in Aries right now, but I actually don't know what they are. King of Wands, Emperor. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Interesting energy. 8 of Cups, Ace of Wands. In that case, I feel like he's walking away from thinking too much about you. We had Empress come up, the 10 of Pentacles. You seem to be going after your dreams. 8 of Cups, Empress again. Whoops. You may feel like you're walking away. Oh, my ear's itching. Three of Pentacles, Five of Swords. So let's see what we get here. Just trying to come up with a new plan. Devil. Strength. I often see these two as opposites, though they aren't necessarily. Ten of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Star. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Wands, the Sun, the Knight of Swords, and Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. Wow. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit with the Five of Cups. I did a reading last night, a private reading that had a lot of these cards in it. I get a lot of messages from these cards right now. For whatever reason, this Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords feels like the plans that he had in the past that didn't work out. So you have 7, 8, 9 of Swords, all in reverse, which is crazy. And then he has 9, 9, open your heart. I really feel like he's looking, with that Hermit, Devil, and Strength, he's looking at, this is like this manipulative energy of like, how I drew people in. They keep giving me this word draw. And this is an interesting card, right? Under the Devil here. They're like making a macrame. But you know, if you were to make a macrame with these different, well, this has like medallions hanging on the front. But let's say you were making like a weaving. You would have to know in advance everywhere you were going to put the colors, right? Look at the similarities between these two cards, the way they're holding their hand. Look at that. That's so interesting. So in this one, he has a puppet strings that almost looks crystalline, right? It's like transparent. And that's like the same kind of guy that's sitting in the Five of Pentacles. And this one, he's holding a crystal. Very interesting. That's a very Seven of Swords. And then here we have, look at, this is so weird. Look at the similarities between these two cards. That's crazy. So more Pisces energy here. And Aquarius. Bottom of the deck, Yin Yang, Door to Spirit, Angel of Love, Caring Connections, King of Cups, King of Pentacles, Root Chakra. Masculine, what are you up to? And look, hand, hand, hands. This is his internal. In his internal, he wants to make sure that he wins. He wants to make sure that there's victory. He wants to look good. That ruby red coming in. He's very focused on you. Very focused on... It's like, what can I offer her that's so valuable that she will feel I'm wanting to actually build this relationship with her? the sun reversed here gives me a pause. It could be saying like he doesn't like this life of options anymore. He doesn't like this life of like chasing random energies. That's kind of what I get off of it. But there's also this kind of feeling that he may not get what he really wants. He may not. Oh, I see. He's aware that you are opening your heart. And these are like the heart colors. And there's a lot of value here. There's a lot of value here. This is very valuable stuff here. I'm telling you, there's something cloaked or hidden here because I cannot get the message exactly. What are you doing? It's 7, 8, and 9 of Swords. Definitely may be keeping things hidden, keeping motives hidden. In the reading I did last night, these crows up here were like messages that I kept typing and erasing, but then one was going through. One was, these cards are all messed up. And I see up here we have the karmic purge. You're raising your frequency, right? I see this here. You're raising your frequency. There's a lot of good energy for you. And he can see that. And, you know, so Spirit, why the devil? Why is he leading with this very tempting energy? And what do we need to know about it? See, these cards are all messed up, and I keep getting one card on the top that's like showing me, and they're saying it's really not what it appears to be. Like you may be looking for something that isn't necessarily there. So another card of options, endings, narcissistic behavior, sunglasses, healing heart, I like you, soulmates, stabbed in the back, heart with a key, boat, phoenix, love call, cassette. I mean, part of him just can't get over the fact that he was the one that messed this up. And you know when you have that recognition that like you're holding the winning lottery ticket and you washed your pants and it's gone forever, or something like that. Like, I know what I had. I know I was the one that ran away from it, destroyed it, because I let my fears get the best of me about this relationship. I see now. He like had it in his hand. He had it in his hand, and he was the one that destroyed it. And it could be that he even like destroyed it or pushed it away so badly that he thought it would never come back. But, you know, he certainly didn't understand the resilience of the feminine. That's for sure. Like, let me tell you here. Like, the sun doesn't stop shining. And you've got 2 cards of soulmates. So this blue-gray card is always like such a beautiful card to me. It's like such a like a whale energy. You know, I just kind of see like the Akashic field as like a giant ocean in a way, and we're constantly, you know, meeting up with all the soulmates energies, partnerships, agreements, soul contracts. I'm not that big on soul contracts. Thank you for letting me have my space. Fool's gold. That's a lot of what he's been finding with this. Things that look good, but they're not that great. Being sus. He is being sus. Kisses. Now gold. See? It was because he could experience... Look at... I said the word resilient. That's crazy. I said he doesn't know how resilient the feminine is. Okay. A lot of energies at once. It's because he got to experience this, the fool's gold, that he understands the gold, right? Not only that, he's seeing a lot of signs that are very... You know, those of you that follow me on Instagram, or I think I mentioned it here too, that the 6 and the 9 have been like everywhere, and here they are again. I was literally standing like in a cafe yesterday, and somebody just started talking very loudly about something was $69, and it was so weird. But it's been on everything everywhere. It's just crazy. And so he's seeing signs, you're seeing certain signs. I feel like you may be having kind of a, for some, I think not all, I feel like you're so tired and this is so long, and you feel like moving on. You feel like, I don't want to think or feel anything more about this. Like, I'm getting this energy off the star. And your angel's kind of guiding you here to grow and increase your frequency, to like move ahead. So it says, be resilient. You may be facing challenges, exhaustion, or obstacles. Activating resiliency, determination, and fortitude will help you achieve your goals. What a weird card. Okay, I miss your smell. Aquarius energy, which is the star. I couldn't say it, but I felt a lot of the same things you did. Whenever I pull this card, there's a particular memory it triggers and a particular energy of like that they highlight for me, where you kind of feel like you're talking to him on the same level, and then he purposefully, like in this memory, it's about spirituality. It's like you're having a conversation and you think you're talking about spirituality and like on the same level, and then he purposefully says something like really immature and completely not on the same level, and you're like, are we even like, is this even real? Are we even talking about the same things? And they're saying this was purposeful. For anyone that resonates with that, just know, like, I know what you're talking about. Now we have Gemini. So it says, deeper into shadow. Do not run away from your shadow. Instead, run towards it. So he has always run away from it. Feeling your shadow feelings will release them from you. Jaguar medicine. Jaguar comes now to heal your wounded soul, so you may rise to the royal position you desire to be in. Like attracts like. Paper money. Reconnect with the energy of paper money. Its sound, smell, and speed If you bless others, as you bless others, you are blessed with white paper money, which is always a self-worth thing. People bring up your name. I think he hears your name all of the time. I tried to move on and it failed. I still fantasize about us together. I am planning to surprise you. That's like the main message of this reading. Law of gestation. I listen to music and think how it was. Violet flame, law of attraction. I don't know what to say. Okay. Diamond light. So we have double diamond light. Pure light with diamond essence transmutes dense energies back to ether and releases them. Pluto, I saw your car. I looked up twin flames. Did I wait too long? So there is this energy. I got it last night also, that it was this deck and this card. Nope, not that card. This card came out. Drama. And there's a part of you that, I feel this in the collective, not as strong as I felt it last night, but it's like, you know that you're good on your own. You know, like there's a part of you now that's like on this road of self-love, right? You like yourself. You're getting to love yourself. There's a part of you that has to weigh these scales here about, if I let him back in my life, if I let him back in my energy field, is this just going to be a bunch of drama again? A bunch of, he comes in, he triggers me, he messes up my energy, he creates a bunch of drama around me, for those of you that happens, and I'm back where I started from. So we have questions here. Questions regarding pride, ego, boundaries. If you have felt that you've let go of some burdens, perhaps betrayal, perhaps, internally, you're beginning to feel like you've created victory in your mindset. You've matured, you've moved on, you've let stuff go. Is it all gonna come sliding and rushing back in if you let him back into your life? Because I feel here that's what's gonna occur. Truth and positive movement forward. Interesting. I feel strongly though, we don't necessarily have, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. You could choose to move on without speaking to him because you don't feel like he's done the work. Or it could be that you're just not trusting what he's going to say to you. Transformation and awareness. Maybe part of you feels like he hasn't transformed enough, and that means you haven't transformed enough. Financial and material changes, mental conflict. That's the energy I'm feeling, is mental conflict. Solar plexus chakra. So sun in reverse twice, throat chakra, right? Not speaking truth, firm foundation. Four of Wands reversed. I love that card. Material and spiritual prosperity, base chakra. Third eye chakra. Interesting. Look at that. Love begins. Stand your ground. Oh, reversed. So it's a 7, 7, 3. Deception and envy. I'm not gonna lie. He may not be telling the truth here. I can't. It's interesting. We got the 3 and we got the 7, 7, 3. So 3 sevens and a 3 here. Tell you that all of your chakras are feeling quite strongly that there's this spiritual union coming and there's a conflict about it. That's what this reading just keeps telling me over and over again. Like there's a conflict about this reunion. Because it feels unstable. And you see, when this card is reversed, you know, if it was like this, this would be this kind of divine love pouring in. But, you know, it's a very Ace of Cups card. We have all the chakra colors in the rainbow. Because it's like this, it's kind of pouring back, you know. It's like, I really want to tell you everything's great here, but that's not what I see. I see that there's a lot of conflict around coming back together. So much so to the point you're like, I don't really think like intuitively, you know this is happening, and there may even be some fear around it. But, and you know for some reason that it has to happen. Like, we have the spiritual union card, but you have mental conflict. It's like part of you wants it, but part of you knows. It's so interesting because this is on the internal, this is on the external. It's financial and material changes, right? With the hand again. And here we have material and spiritual prosperity. They want you to be aware of what's actually on offer here. What's actually, this interaction, what's going to happen is helping you to purge some more karma. Like, I don't mean karma, I mean like a karmic purge, like helping you to get rid of some more of your triggers, more of your low, like, self-worth type stuff, I think. Help you be very strong in your boundary setting. I just get this feeling like you're so afraid. One of the things you might need to work on beforehand, so it doesn't go really in the wrong direction. I have to say, I don't love this reading, but is clearing that fear around the drama, because in ways it feels like you're almost co-creating the drama through your fear energy. It's almost like you're drawing it to you. So let's see what he has to say about it. I don't know. The messages aren't coming through super clear to me today. And it's partially because I think he's manipulating energy. Like, he may have even read about law of attraction and also like maybe darker manipulative techniques. Some of these songs remind me of you. No one makes me feel the way you do. That I feel is true. I daydream about you. I know I hurt you. I never intended to. I let my doubts and fears get the best of me. Yes, and you too. You know, if you allow that, your doubts and fears will get the best of you too. And I think you know that from before. Like, I think that's what that drama card is. Don't repeat another mistake again. I don't know, they're giving me that. I like it. I need to write it down. I don't have a pen. I keep a close eye on your social media. I send you telepathic messages. I've had very vivid dreams of you. I think he is really trying to manipulate the energy between you. Like, I feel like he's in magician energy, but it's kind of devil energy. I feel so much regret for everything I've said and done. I don't want this to be over. I'm coming back soon. So he's saying all the right things. That's what I'm getting out of this. He's saying all the right things. You know, I even feel they're drawing my attention to the word destiny. I even feel like he's going to be like, you're my soulmate, you're my destiny. And he may well actually believe this. But the thing with twin flames is, when you guys are together, when you're ready to be together, at least my understanding, the teachings I've learned, and the very few I've seen in union, which I think it's about 3, you don't have that kind of interaction when you are ready to be in union. When you're ready to be in union, it's just like flat energy. There's no ups and downs. If you're still having ups and downs, fears, push-pull, any of that, you can't be in union with that energy. And honest to God, like, I used to think that was the goal. I don't think it's the goal. And like, I think self-union is the goal, right? But it just happens when you are in self-union because you're completely secure. And I see here, there are fears. Like, these are fears here, right? These are fears of instability. These are fears of things falling apart. These are fears that you're going to be taken advantage of. You're going to be abused or mistreated. You are in this process of learning to stand your ground. Like I said, they're drawing my attention to that card on the bottom of the deck, where you don't run towards or run away from anything. You just are in this energy of, you know, secure attachment. And you know that without him, you're fine. With him, you're fine. There's no real desire to like manipulate the energy. I'll put these away. I hope that helped you. I didn't get the clarity I usually get, but I think in the end we figured out what is going on here. Anything else? In a lot of ways, this is about not doubting yourself and your feelings and understanding that you're wishing can't make him do the work. You know what I'm saying? What is this? All right, we'll get some of these. And I find it interesting that setting loving boundaries comes on his side. He may be learning to do that with family members. Interesting. Part of fortune increase. Grand Cross Provoker. Wow, that's crazy. 10th house of the world. Ugh, solar eclipse revolution. Wow, those are really, really intense energies. I do feel like for you, you may be worried about how financial investments are going, how that sort of thing. I do feel like with this part of fortune in 10th house, this is quite beneficial energy. You know, 10th house is Capricorn. My part of fortune is in Capricorn, but it's in my 8th house. The Grand Cross Provoker is a very interesting energy too. He may be feeling like astrologically pushed to do something. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. The energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. Emotions are running high. Super moon. You know, when something's at its fullest, like the moon, it then starts its journey back to being at its lowest. Oh, I see. They're showing me the figure 8. And that's, you know, the new moon. And then it starts its journey back to being its fullest, right? So they were talking about like the ups and the downs and the drama in the regular reading too, where there's always movement. There's always growth. If we're not moving and growing, we're actually not alive. And so you have to realize that it's not always up, 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 up. It says yes, whatever you're thinking about. It says unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I do feel like that's true. Trust the niggle. What is niggling feeling trying to tell you? Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. We have align your life, and you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So I do think that that's that 7, 8, 9 of Swords energy. Those are quite powerful energies, you know. You know my feelings about the Swords. It's weird. It's like tarot readers will have all these rules, but then they're like, but not this one, you know. Like, odd cards are bad, but even cards are good, but 8 of Swords is bad. And, you know, the 7, 8 of Swords is powerful transformational energy. Whenever you get up to the higher levels of that particular pathway, right? The suits are pathways. Mastering thoughts. It is interesting that the 7, 8, 9, and 10 of Swords is really about mastering your thoughts regarding betrayal, pain, overthinking or trapped in the mind energy, lying, cheating, and deceiving. Those are the self-mastery cards, right? And I think your masculine is learning something about those. Focus, 37 again. We have that number again. Channeling, 3. Visualize, 17. Ask your soul, 16. And then bottom of the deck is transformation again. So if we didn't have enough of the death energy, here it is, twice more. This card reminds me of Rihanna. I don't know why, because I feel like she would be like, here I am with my snake on my throne, and then there's only light. And she has that beautiful Isis tattoo on her ribcage. So what else do we need to know here, Spirit? Because I feel like you're being really... I could read those cards, but I don't really know. I used to use this deck all the time. I used to use... That's not the right deck. Oh, no, they're mixed together. I see. I got 2 decks here. This is the Isis deck. I mean, the Rumi deck, which I love. And that's the Kuan Yin deck. Okay. You have beyond the threshold of fear. So exactly what we were talking about. He has blood angel. Interesting. You who show the way. Dance of the Divine Feminine. And Commitment with Enter the Garden of Delights. I feel like your commitment to your own peace and happiness, which essentially is what boundaries are, right? Essentially, you're saying this is the place that I can be peaceful, be happy, be centered, be on anything you want. And beyond that place, beyond that line, I can't be these things anymore. And so often when we're talking about twin flame, we have a boundary around the condition of our love, right? Because that is what the purpose of twin flame is learning to overcome the boundaries around love. But as I always say, it is a journey to getting there. Where did these go? Right, we have to have boundaries along the way to being unconditionally loving. So we have to have conditions on our love for a period of time. And I forget where I was going with that. But anyway, I think you're in the process of learning and understanding exactly where your boundaries are. In a grander scale, like you're moving forward into being a more expanded version of yourself, a more loving version of yourself, right? We do that by loving ourselves more. TikTok. Time for a nap. No place like home. Here and now. Poised, milk and honey. I'm not sure about that card. So when we expand, we kind of have to rewrite the boundaries, but you're saying this is whenever we have, so all relationships on earth right now are conditional. It's my understanding. That's how I was taught. It makes sense to me that we have boundaries around, like, I can love you up to this point, but after that point, I can't love you. I know some people say mother's loves are unconditional. I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts I have around that, but I don't think that's true. And I was taught that it wasn't true because twins are here to expand that boundary. You have the Lady of the Lightning, Queen of the Light. That's the energy I felt. The Sun Dancers and the Web Weaver. Surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. So that's exactly what I'm talking about with the paradigm shift. You're unraveling, like, well, he did some of the worst things I could possibly think of. Can I still love him? I do still love him. Why do I still love him when there's been all of this pain? And the kind of paradigm that we've been given up to this point is like, it's because I'm damaged. It's because I like toxic people, because the environment that I was raised in was toxic. He's toxic. I'm attracted to toxicity. All of that may be true, but if you're on a twin flame journey, there's a feeling you can't escape, and that is that I love this person. No matter what you do, it never goes away. Illumination, enlightenment, and collaboration. Joyful activities, celebration of life, abundance. And then synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. So, the prison waif in reverse and the phoenix, resurrection and surrender to change. There is going to have to be somewhat of a surrender to change here, I feel. things are happening and will happen that will be presenting you a lot of change. For some of you, it may be that you have to move, change companies, leave an area. It may be many things that represent home to you. Could be certain family members leave or pass away. Something that represents home to you is taken out of your life. And again, this is the Spirit lovingly saying, you're your home. It wasn't the illusion of this thing. So you may have felt like there was some kind of, you were living in some kind of great reward. But the Spirit's here to tell you the loss of that illusion is going to bring you a lot of peace internally. Like, they're drawing my attention to the Hermit. And you will find that a new sense, you're going to expand so much through this process that there will be a new sense of, oh wow, I just looked at the clock and it's 46:46, which is 10:10, right? It's going to be like, what they're saying is like, you think this is a karmic reward, this is such a great thing, but the expanded awareness that you're coming into is so big. Look at that card. That's beautiful. The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. Undying love. You're going to understand love on such a big scale. It's going to just blow you away. So we did get the Tower card on the other deck there, whatever it was called. Now I have to figure it out. Lady of the Lightning, and now we have Medicine Woman with the lightning again. You are a channel for divine healing power. This came out in a reading I did recently for the masculine. Fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Okay, I have things to say on that too. But this, that quote, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself because I can't remember, but it doesn't feel like I did it in a public reading. It's like, so many messages. Okay. There's a famous quote that's like, the healer's first patient is always themselves, right? The masculine is going to have a very strong desire to heal. You may have already had some of that, but it's going to be very, very powerful. And I think part of the way that this comes about, and I am not telling you what to do, you always follow your own intuition. But I see it here where he tries to come back and look in the mirror and see you like, will you allow me? Are we a match? And you're on this journey of increasing your frequency, increasing your self-love. And he's like, I want that. Like, he feels you pulling away through this self-love practice because it's super, super powerful. And I think what you are saying is like, you can't come into my heart field and tromp all over it with your, super muddy army boots that you constantly go to war with everyone in. And no, I'm not going to allow that, because my heart is for love. It's not for war anymore. It's not for fighting anymore. It's not for, what are they saying? Negotiating my worth. I know my worth. we're not going to do this in my heart field. It's like a boundary of the heart field. And this boundary of the heart field, you denying him entry into this, like, they're saying Garden of Eden, paradise, is like what brings about this. It's very biblical today. It's a cataclysm for him. It's not a word I use very often. Like, she wanted me. She was chasing me. She was running after me. And I was the one keeping her out of my heart. And now I can't even get in there, right? So for some of you dealing with issues where you felt betrayed, even legal issues, divorce, there's issues here that will be resolved. Those are asking you to evolve also. Purify. We have the double dove here. Purify your frequency. And again with this message of, it's time for cleansing, detoxification of your body and mind, of just you understanding. So I'm not gonna, like, whenever I say better than, it's not like it's just you understanding that you don't belong in fear energy anymore. You're too strong. You're too powerful. There's too much love in your heart for you to deny it anymore. And that's what they're saying. It's just like you're better than that low frequency that some of these people that have been in your energy field trying to show you, you have mirror reflections here, and this and that are true. Well, it may well be you're my family. It may well be certain things, but that doesn't mean we're on the same frequency. Only you can really determine how you're going to deal with those people. But there is, oh, look at, I just cut the deck and I got Jesus and Saint Germain. There's opportunity here for you to really look in the mirror. It does, that card says 666, which is the number of Venus, the number of love of Jesus. And it says karmic purge, mirror reflections. It is up to you to be like, I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to love what I see. And if that means that I need to get rid of some things in my heart, in my mind, in my energy field, in my life, in my body, then I'm going to learn how to do that. And so this says divine healing, Hilarion. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. He has Almoira, awakening presence. I love this card for him. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Lady Portia, divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. And then we have sacred visions and Freya. Pretty powerful, intuitive cards. Choose to forgive in order to heal. Do you hear that? Choose to forgive in order to heal. That's the white piece, the white dove, right? See the light in all and remember that love has no boundaries. That's freaking crazy. There's a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So you're going to see the illusion of what you thought was home/family. And some really powerful messages coming through today. You are really beginning to step into that higher heart activation, which is the most powerful of all energy. I actually kind of feel nauseous when I talk about it, because the higher you go up, the more the resistance is there. It's very, very strong. That's not to scare you. It's normal, right? So you have pink tourmaline, forgiveness, gratitude, hidden night, spirit quartz, music, black obsidian, the shadow, hematite, grounding. Super powerful energies, right? Integrating shadow here. Where's my... These are the shadows we're dealing with, and the shadows of these things are so ingrained in us. Like, I almost feel kind of blasphemous talking about them, because the family is a sacred thing, right? And part of this purge is that you may well have felt not supported or even betrayed by family. And that may be part of what you're purging. It may be that you did suffer at the hands of family, and they called it love, right? I've talked about that numerous times. And they just want you to know that the release of this belief that the family tells you who you are, defines who you are, defines what kind of love you have, defines what kind of fortune you have, defines what home is not true. Earth and water dragon creates the foundation for new growth, right? So that Four of Wands energy that we were seeing, a fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. His green gold dragon from Sirius brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology and be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. So all this green energy here, water dragon. And you see the pillars, like the Four of Wands, coming apart, falling down. Helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ light and love are flowing. Develop psychic abilities. Go with the flow. So we have the gold and silver violet flame dragon transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. It's time for transmutation. Magic and healing offer service under grace. So we're transmuting dark shadow here. Black dragon from Saturn brings your wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate, focus on the ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself, you've passed the spiritual test. So 2 cards of passing spiritual tests in this reading. I didn't really talk about the first one, but it was this card here, the diamond. And I feel for some of you that there may be a diamond involved here for some reason. Don't think I've ever said that with this card. You may indeed get some kind of gift or heirloom, some kind of jewelry. May not be a diamond, but okay. So 3 cards of transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Not sure why I'm shuffling so much, but now I'm drawn to a particular card, which is this card. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. This is an interesting card because I feel like there's a wild card. I talked in the beginning about strategy and the drawing board. And it feels like there's a wild card that you don't yet see or know about. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. Love transcends space and time, and nothing is missing. When it comes to matters of the heart, there's no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. And we had reflection. So a lot of mirror work right now. And if you don't know like what the mirror question is, it's this. Whenever your twin does something that bothers you, you look in the mirror and you say, like, let's say he's not communicating, which I think is like the most common one. I'm so angry that my twin is not communicating how he feels with me. And then you look in the mirror. I'm sorry that I don't know the origin of this. I think it's Jeff and Shalala, I think is her name. Something like that. I don't watch their stuff. But I have heard this particular question. You look in the mirror and you say, why is it bothering me so much that I'm not communicating my feelings with myself? And to be honest, the times I've done it, which I haven't done it a lot, it really has worked pretty well for me. But it does take a level of shadow work that is, you know, it's tough to maintain all the time. Shadow work is difficult. So I hope this has helped you. If you want to claim this reading, you can put whatever you want in the comment box, or you can put 555, and I shall see you later. Bye for now. And also, if you want a reading, now's a really good time because I only have one left to do right now, and I will be shutting them down here in May for a while as I have to deal with some things. So, all right, bye for now.